Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Army Nerds Podcast with your favorite host,
Emily.
and not Emily. Surprise. Um, Emily number two is not in this episode.
As you can see.
I am Chinny. I will be substituting for Emily today because it's been too many episodes and we haven't done the biggest anime on this anime channel, as you can tell.
Naruto.
Do you have any posters, Beckett?
No, I have a little Shikamaru, and I got Naruto right there. I'm wearing a Naruto hoodie.
Headband?
Yeah.
Because today is the Naruto episode.
He's clinking back there. Yes. It's exciting. I'm excited.
We were scheduling for this month's stuff, and I was like, there has to be a Naruto episode. And other Emily has yet to see Naruto, and mom, like, maybe never will. So let's harass her. Don't harass her.
Don't harass her.
And get her to watch Naruto. But until then, we
We've seen it.
have seen it, finished it, cried,
A lot.
laughed,
A lot.
been frustrated,
A lot.
have seen filler episodes,
A lot of those.
and have cosplayed.
Yeah.
With that, this episode is going to be divided into segments. If I am editing this at a reasonable time, there will be timestamps in the chat, in the description. If I'm not, you're raw dogging it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Anyway.
Anyways. Oh, also note, if I sound like a man to my audio listeners, I'm a little sickies.
She's sickies.
I'm sickies, yeah. I'm trying my best.
Her name is Emilio today.
It's Emilio. Oh.
But reasons why you need to watch Naruto. I'll go first. My two top reasons. One of the big three, guys. Come on. You got Naruto, you got Bleach, you got One Piece. You might as well watch it.
Yeah.
And then also, there are so many references to Naruto in literally every single anime and like TV shows that you're missing out on just because you haven't watched it. Doesn't even have to be like character like cameos, like literally like the phrases happen everywhere.
It's been around for so long that I just feel like most of the people on this planet have probably consumed Naruto in like some way. Like I feel like there's no way like you haven't seen it unless you live like in the middle of nowhere.
It's like Mickey Mouse. Like you don't even have to like see like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or whatever shows he was in, but like he's a staple character. And so is Naruto. Like you can see him everywhere. But when did we start watching Naruto, Emily?
Um, I was probably influenced by your sibling to watch it. I believe I started watching it like my freshman year of high school. Um, I don't know why I started watching it, probably just to watch something. And it was the first anime that I had like actually went through with, like one of the big anime, as in big three, and then it being like 100 couple something episodes. So, um, yeah, I mean, I I loved it when I was watching it. It was really interesting. Lots of cool things were happening. It had the action I needed. It had the sad moments that I needed. Lots of tears were shed. But like I also remember just like waking up and like Toonami would be on and then like dub Naruto. Like I specifically remember the first episode being on TV like when I woke up one day like downstairs in my basement and I was just like it was Naruto holding the big scroll and he's just like crying because his like sensei at the time was just like having that heartfelt little moment with
I see it. I can see it.
with the person trying to kill him.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, what the heck? And I mean, yeah, it was just one of the first big anime that I had watched and finished, so it holds a special place in my heart. I love it.
I remember my first like anime was Soul Eater. And I remember being at like the desktop in my mom's place with like Brenda and Dino, like my other siblings, and we would watch it on like um
Blank.
right, and then Lupita and Brenda would like watch Naruto, and I would hear like the theme songs going around the house, and then like my cousins are like avid like anime like nerds, like DS, DSi, like PS. They had every like little console growing up.
Game Boy.
They had everything, and I remember I was like, well, this is like I'm surrounded by it, like I might as well watch it. So I was in like middle school.
That's crazy.
I was like a sixth grader, probably exposed to this like in elementary school, and then like I started like watching it like more like obsessively isn't the right word, but like more consistently and like actually like following through and like watching.
Cognitively watching.
Yes. Um, big word for
Yeah.
Elmo. And then so like by high school, like I was done. I had caught up,
Shippuden.
Shippuden, like everything. It's honestly just one of my favorite anime. And when you think anime, you think Naruto.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes and I see I wrote Vine. Yeah, I was probably getting like Naruto like Vine anime edits. And I was just like, that's a cool scene. I need to watch it.
Anime edits are where it's at.
Really
To
though.
be honest.
I love AMVs.
Okay. So those are like our big reasons why you should watch it. Honestly, it's more of like peer pressure at this point. It's been out since like 2002, 2001.
I feel like people that have seen like all of the big three should get like a little medal. I am one of those people. I want to have that badge of like I've seen all the big three. It's just something
It's
to be
just
like.
bragging rights.
It's just something cool to like say. Now, it's not cool if you're like I've seen the big three, and then like you just keep hitting people with it. Don't be annoying. Be cool.
Gotta be subtle.
Gotta be subtle with it. Be like I've seen all the big three. Have you?
Anyway, ahead, there's spoilers.
Yeah.
At this point, if you haven't watched it, tough. If you have, we're gonna talk about some things. Okay. First, our favorite characters. I think we each have three. Yeah, we each have three.
Yeah.
Emily, if you want
It
to go
was kind of
first.
hard. I guess we'll go from like
Top, and then we can talk about this one last because
yeah. They're not in any like particular ranking order. This is just like three characters that I enjoy. I love everything about them. Number one, we got Shikamaru. He was right. Life is a drag. I get it. I am him. I love how smart he is. I have him over here somewhere. He's my favorite.
for our audio listeners, she has like a little keychain of him in the back.
He's so adorable. But yeah, Shikamaru, life is a drag, totally get it. That's how I feel. I like how smart he is. But like he's the type of smart intellectual character, but he still has like emotion. Like he still has that like human aspect to him because sometimes I feel like when it comes to smart characters in like other media, anime, whatever you're watching, like they're so smart that they don't have that emotional connection to things unless something like super big happens. Like the character I'm thinking about like in my head, like Sherlock Holmes. Like he's super smart. He does all that type of stuff. But I love everything about him. He's got some rad outfits through Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I love the crew that he's in, how he takes care of everyone.
Who is his team?
Choji and
Ina, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And then his jutsu.
Yeah, that's a really cool one. I like his family too. I can't remember his like Nana or something like that.
I think it's Nara.
Nara or something. It's an N word. Um yeah, the whole like deer thing. I'm just like that's so like regal. His clan's just cool.
He did also have like a really good. I'm really big on character arcs. So he
His revenge thing.
he had a lot of stuff go on, and then like how Emily's saying, he's so like smart, and like the fact that he's written in a way where it's like he still has that emotion, but he's still like distant from it. So it's kind of like weird for him to like be like, oh shoot, like I'm actually feeling things. Let me like deal with this. And like,
I really related to him when he had that like moment with his like dad and they're playing that like it's not chess, but it's kind of like chess. And his dad
checkers.
just
It's like it's like I want to say like Japanese checkers. It's related to one of those board games. I'm forgetting which one it is. Correct me, because I 100% think I'm. But that's and then that scene was just shot so well. Like
Oh, I
it's
know.
you're in the outside, they're in the room, and they're just like clinking the little pieces together, and the dad is just like, like you're allowed to cry, like you lost your person, and then he's just like,
That's a really relatable thing to me because I have a hard time letting go of like my emotions or like expressing myself because sometimes you just move through life so fast and like he was having one of those moments and he doesn't really like express himself in that way and me too. So when his dad just like told him just like let it out and he just started sobbing and like trashing the room, I was just like, ugh, Shikaru,
and you don't
me.
expect that from like your
You don't. Character development on his end, I was like, let it out.
something.
Let it out. I wish I could have hugged him in that moment. He's a character that I wish I could give a hug.
Yeah, that's another thing why I like Naruto so much is like you're with these characters through so many episodes. Like even if you didn't watch it like growing up through the span of time that it took like one episode a week, you still develop like a relationship with these characters. Not only just because like they're talking about and like dealing with like realistic things, but because like it's just easy for the mind to relate to stuff because like we can't visualize media as like completely false. Like a part of us thinks that they're real, which is why we like develop these like hardcore emotions for these people, like these characters.
That's what I love about like animation, like as like a genre and a media that like it. And I hate when people like always say that like anime. Not all people say this, but like animations for kids. Like Naruto itself showed you that like this is very like some hardcore stuff that like we're talking about not emotionally like not just emotionally but like also like physical things that are happening like in the story and I think Shikamaru's like whole storyline and just how he went through with everything gave you both a good like physical and emotional web of like relatableness
To him as the
to
character.
him
Yeah.
even though it's in like a fantasy like action not realistic type of world it still felt very real to me
Yeah.
with what he was going through.
Yes.
That's why he's rad. That's why he's a good character.
Yes.
All right, what's yours? What's yours?
Um, one of mine is Jiraiya. Listen, R.I.P. Choruan. I'm saying that right now. If you didn't leave already, and I spoiled that for you, I'm sorry. It hurt. Okay.
It did. It hurt.
Jiraiya, he comes in as like the comedic relief character, basically like the counterpart of like Kakashi.
Hervey Sage.
Herbie Sage, literally dumbest nickname ever. Like comes in, you're like, who is this man with the white hair? He's like a porcupine, cool ass
On a
theme
big ass
song
toad.
on a toad with strapped to his back. You're like, who is this? Like he's gonna come in, he's gonna go out. He's just a filler character. And then he has like the connection to Naruto of like being a dad figure because Naruto's dad literally named Naruto after a character in Jiraiya's book, which Kushina, don't know if you're okay with that because he literally writes stuff that's like rated R
Yeah,
because Kakashi like reads all his stuff, and I'm just like, props to Minato for like getting Kushina to be okay with that. But like that already, like just his name alone gives him a connection with Naruto, and then having known his dad before Naruto even knew who he was, and then like him taking him under his wing, um, it's just great. And then yeah, he was just like he started off to being such like a weird character, but then turns out like he has this whole backstory where he would like did all this stuff for the village, and he's one of the legendary Sanin, and he literally is like there through like his own character arc with Naruto, and like while he's helping him with his, and like they're just bonding over it.
I'm just sitting here and thinking about everything, and honestly, it just hurts more. I'm getting sad.
He just like, are you gonna cry this
No.
episode? I think she might, but he just like built Naruto into like the person he ended up being at the end of Shippuden, and his death just tore me to shreds.
It just sucks because now that I'm thinking about it, like he had his dad ripped away, like his real dad ripped away from like him before he even knew him, obviously because it was the day that Naruto was born, and then you have Jiraiya come in, and then he's just like this huge like father figure to Naruto who's like been outcasted by everyone in the village, doesn't really have like I know right.
Oh my god, hold on, literally, and then when he finds out that Jiraiya is dead, he literally walks in and he's like, I think I remember him
he gets like Jiraiya's like ghost touches
Yes,
because he's on a
and he feels it. He feels it, and you're like, no, like, how are you gonna? Because that's the main protagonist dealing with this big death, and that's like the first like big person that's died in Naruto, like attached to Naruto, like in Naruto for Naruto. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That connection, the one connection that he had with someone, like a genuine connection
Like
with
that's
someone that
his
cared about
first.
him, was ripped away from him.
And then he just walks into the thing, and he's like, "Oh, where's Jiraiya?" And Tsunade's like, "I sent him out," and he was like, so mad at her and like seeing Naruto being upset at someone when Naruto is literally like, I have a peace, like forgiving people, and he's sitting there telling Tsunade that she fucked up big time and that he
You
literally
felt that.
I remember him saying in the show, being like, Jiraiya would have never sent you on that mission by yourself. Like, why are you so dumb? And then just knowing Tsunade, like feeling the guilt and like for it too. And then he like had his own like little depression episode, and then the guys had to like go.
I'm having one.
They had to go and like help him. That's what I mean when I'm telling you like this show, like you get so attached to not only like the characters themselves, but the bonds that they build between them.
That shit is rough. This is so rough. You know, yeah, Jiraiya, what a real one. He was honestly so badass. And also the whole backstory with Jiraiya and then the three kids that turned out to be like, the Katsuki people. That hurt too. And that just made the whole like pain arc like on another level of like
Spain with FBS.
yeah, of like awesomeness, but like I'm in pain. So, yeah. My second character I'm talking about, duh, it's Rock Lee. Are you kidding me? He did that. And only with taijutsu. Are you kidding me? He is dedicated as fuck, y'all. Like, I just love how he was able to like achieve his goals. You just fall in love with his character. And like he's goofy, he's kind of stupid. You get that. Kind of like a muscle head, but like a goofy muscle head. You know what I mean? Um, I love his relationship with Guy Sensei, dynamic duo, the dynamic duo that Rock Lee and Guy Sensei are, and then just Guy Sensei with Kakashi too. I love everything about that. But I mean, he's an optimistic character that cares about his friends. He's respectful and he's just living his life. I fell in love with Rock Lee like when he just took those weights off
I
in
feel like I
Naruto.
remember you watching it for the first
I
time,
was like, that's rad as fuck.
and then you were like texting me, be like, "Oh my god," and I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. That's like an iconic Naruto scene, to be honest. Like, Rock Lee just dropping his weights, and you just see it just smash on the ground. And Gaara is shook himself. Like, he's introduced as a character who's like, no one can beat me. I'm cool. I'm a Jinchuriki, whatnot. No one can beat me. And then Rock Lee did that. I mean, I don't think he won. He didn't win that battle.
No.
No. But like, he
He
put
got
up a
through like
fight.
the sand, so then everybody was like, "Oh, who is this?"
What?
Because they knew like, "Oh, Rock Lee,"
It was like impenetrable, like sand wall.
and then Rock Lee is like, "Oh, I can't use like ninjutsu or anything."
Like just like that. I am Rock Lee.
Another lesson to learn through Naruto: don't judge people by their cover.
Period. Rock Lee did that, and I give it up for him because he stood on par with all these other people that had all these other jitsus and whatnot, and he stood up for himself. And I like how Neji became friends with him over time. Neji.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Our next favorite character, Naruto. I'm telling you, he is honestly one and might be the only like main protagonist of an anime that I absolutely love and value so highly. Obviously, like compare if you take Naruto, the last episodes, maybe before like the marriage closing arc of like him battling, and compare it to Naruto in like episode 1, there is so much difference. Like they're so different, and he doesn't change as a character either though. Like he's still like in love with ramen. He's still a goofy ass person. He still has all his friends, but he just is so much more knowledgeable and like powerful because of it. And he's gone through all these experiences. Whereas like when he was little, he was just kind of like shoved in a box. And then when he finally got out of the box, like with the help of Jiraiya and Kakashi and like all his other senseis, he like still carries all of that with him. but I feel like a part of him is still like that little kid who never really had like parents growing up or like a good person to look up to. And he like values obviously the things like a protagonist does, like peace and harmony. And he always just wanted to like fix situations. And when he was faced with like villains, you think, okay, protagonist, villain, protagonist kills villain. He would always look at the other side and be like, we are one and the same people, but you just took it wrong. And I'm here to bring you back.
And that hurt. Seeing that as a viewer.
Because he has like he has these morals and he sets them from day one and he sticks to them. Like he's
I'm feeling that is.
Naruto like sees the good in everyone and like as a viewer you're like fuck that character killed this person who did this, but then he's like no, we are the same person, let me help you, let me fix you, and he does.
By getting rid of them, putting them in the afterlife. Like,
He's just such a good character, and he went through a lot of stuff and he was still such a humble and like good person to people and like never judged anyone, and I feel like in real life that doesn't really occur that often. So seeing it portrayed in a character who like is literally shunned from the village and is literally celebrated later.
he's like that type of person where like a person like in a leadership role that when it comes to like evil people or like the villains in general, he's like he forgives them because he knows that um they didn't like most of the people they didn't want their lives to like be this way, but they had so much like systemic stuff happening in like their villages and whatnot, and things that happened to them that led them down this like wrong path, and he addresses that, and he knows that that's the thing that happened because the world's not perfect in Naruto. You see that a lot. But he like forgives them, but he doesn't like let them forget what they did. He makes them address it, and like he proceeds with like a disciplinary like
He literally
action.
like drives them, like takes them through a therapy session, and then
He's
at
like,
the
you
end,
gotta own up to it.
yeah, he's like, oh, and then literally the character's monologues will like end up being like,
Literally Sasuke.
which we will get to after we talk about his big brother.
Ah, segue.
Segue. Itachi.
What a cool ass name. Can we dress up?
I love this man.
What a complex character. What an emotional, tragic anti-hero Itachi is. Like, are you... I'm speechless. Like...
I'll gather your thoughts. I'll go first. Let me.
I get so emotional over this dude.
I'm telling you, I'm literally speechless too. Not thinking about it. Itachi is such. Okay, we can all agree Naruto, plot point wise, sometimes it didn't really fall through. I think the things were kind of just like written in as they were going. No, no shade on the creator. I can't remember your name right now, but like
Itachi plot? Solid.
fire. Literally, if you take Attack on Titan and how everything fits together, smush it down, and put it into Itachi. Literally, we have okay. Itachi is introduced as somebody who I want to get revenge on. Like, oh, there's a certain someone that did a certain something, and I'm gonna kill them. When he's recruited,
I would kill him.
yeah, when he's recruited into like the team, and he's like, graduating from the academy. Everybody's like, "What are your goals?" And Sakura's like, I don't remember what she said.
Just something about like her wanting to get with
Oh,
Sasuke.
she was wanted to get to Sasuke, and Naruto's like, what did Naruto say? He
I don't know, believe
wants
it,
to be Hokage. And then Sasuke's like, I want to kill someone. I want to kill people. So we literally from the beginning are like, oh, like who is this person? Like what's going on? Fast forward a little bit. Turns out his brother murdered his entire clan, and we're like, dang, fuck this person. How are you gonna do that? And then come to find out, the Hokage was in on it, and then he just had to murder everyone and was crying while he was doing it. Like that emotional backstory, and then seeing like Sasuke, the one who was like revengeful from the beginning, cry when Obito revealed to him what happened and like the true story, pain. And then seeing him kill Itachi, more pain. And then
Itachi freaking resurrected as a, I was gonna say paper mummy, whatever that thing was, and him having lived through all that stuff again, but then with him being like resurrected like that because of what's his face,
Orochimaru.
No,
Madara,
no, his
Kabuto.
yeah. Yeah, I like that we got more insight of his backstory and like why he did what he did throughout the like Akatsuki years that he had. I really like that we got more because I mean
We
it hurt.
found out more about like why he did certain things. So like he kept Sasuke alive because he was like, I can literally kill everybody except for this one. My brother, I can't kill. And I think I remember him telling the Hokage that. He was like, okay, like you're scared, backstory, but like I'm not killing my brother. And then the fact that like it like backflashed, it flashbacked to like his parents being like, oh, I understand, like you're choosing the village over us. Like, girl, what?
But they were also like people like the whole clan, their mission was like protecting the village. Like they were the police force like of the hidden village. So like I understood why they had that deep set mentality and why they let him go through it because they trusted the Hokage. But then you see that from the Hokage like aspect and like the people behind it that are like pulling the strings and like the puppeteers, they did that without like good intentions. I mean, it's never a good intention to like kill a whole clan. That's horrible. But like you get what I'm putting down.
There could have been like another
Another
outcome.
way, I felt like.
And that could have literally been like, okay, why is this? Because the clan, the only reason that they were powerful was because of the Sharingan. Evil person Danzo wants the Sharingan. Kill Danzo, not the whole fucking clan. Like
Yeah.
one over like the clan.
And you get more insight to like the Uchiha clan in general when you get to like the whole backstory like of the creation of the hidden village. So that was a good that's what I like really like about like anime and stuff like is when they go into like backstory things like how things were like came to be, how they were created. So when we got that in Shippuden, I was like,
That makes sense. But also,
nice.
like, there are a lot of people. I'm gonna say right now, if you skip the filler episodes in Naruto, I hate you.
I did the first time because I just wanted to get through it. But when Dana watched it second time, I watched most of them.
I feel like every single episode of Naruto, except for like obvious filler episodes where it's like the fucking like talking ostrich, you build so much.
No, he's cool.
He is a cool character, but I'm saying like that, like we could have gone without it. But like I'm saying like there's so much like filler. Like I feel like the Itachi stuff, like that's filler technically. So if you skip that, you would have been like, oh, Itachi's dead. Good. Like you missed the whole building emotions, the whole build up of his character. Also, powerful guy.
Powerful as fuck.
Crow's murder.
He's so cool.
Literally, he had Kakashi, Naruto, Sakura, and then like some other person fighting a clone version of him, and he still won.
He did that. He did that.
And his genjutsu, like obviously, like thanks to Shisui, like R.I.P. to real one, but like
Yeah. I mean, ditto off of everything that she has said and I've input, but I'm just reading my notes and I'm just like,
he just carried a lot of burden. And I
yeah.
was like, as I was researching like for this episode, I read that a lot of people don't like Shisui's character because they feel like because he gave Itachi his eye, he like burdened Itachi with everything. And I was like, that's valid, but also like the man literally killed himself for his clan and for his people, and was like, this is a powerful thing that you can use. Take it, because he trusted Itachi with it, and I feel like Itachi did amazing.
I feel like Itachi was backed into a corner where there was no way that he was able to like get out of it, of like what he had to do because he wasn't going to like kill himself. Because then they would have just picked someone else. They would have just found someone else to like do the job. So
Yeah.
it's just like there was just it's so much tragedy in his life that like whatever route he took, it just would have ended up tragic. I felt like.
Yeah, I feel like Itachi was definitely like a character who was written in to like be killed off, but within good reason. Like he served as like he was a plot character and a plot like line.
I cried so much over him.
He was great.
Yeah. Now let's talk about people we hate. Don't do it. No, no, I don't want it. I'm gonna do them kids though.
It's like I used to do it to Hosen. He said that all the time. But anyway, yes, as she was saying, characters we hate.
Number one, bitch, Gonzo. I
Fuck this man.
hate him.
Literally, if you take Danzo and everything that he did out of Naruto, there would have been no conflict. Everything derived off of this one man. The Nine Tails, his fault. Itachi dying, his fault. Madara and Obito, his fault. Sai coming in and like being a spy on the whole clan, like given Sai did kind of have like a wraparound moment where he was like, "Oh my god, I love this village," but like his fault.
I pretty much my notes. I just put, I hate this dude. He's literally so annoying. He's a thorn in everyone's side and literally ruined the life of my boy Tachi and the whole Uchiha clan. Looks like an old fart.
And the hand, his arm was disgusting. He was collecting everybody's eyeballs, and I was like,
That's nasty.
no, like gross. Honestly, I think Danzo was a worse character than Orochimaru was, because and then he was like the Hokage for like 2 seconds, and nobody like questioned it.
Suspicious. Suspicious.
And then he was literally like trying to murder everyone. Like he tried to murder like Naruto like 5,000 times, and then like when pain was coming, he like killed the messenger frog.
The government system and the Hidden Leaf Village was just so whack that like I hate him. He's a little fart. He deserved to die, be stepped on, thrown into a river, forgotten forever.
Did he end up dying?
Yeah, they killed him.
Killed him. Did Sasuke
Sasuke killed him?
I think Sasuke did.
I have no idea because I don't care about him. So,
You know who else we don't care about? Karin Uzumaki.
I don't like hate her. I thought she was annoying. Like we could have lived without her.
We
as a
could have done
character.
without her as a character because she had no character development. The only thing that she served was you can bite me and you will heal. And
Which is
she,
weird.
like,
That's weird.
weird plot line again. Random things get thrown into the thing. Anyway, I feel like her character was more like people root for Sasuke and Sakura. Let's throw in a third like triangle thing, and see like how it goes because Sasuke was doing his own like revenge on the Itachi village arc,
Being dramatic.
being a dramatic. So I don't know. Her backstory was like mid. She had trauma. That's basically all that happened. She did deliver Sasuke's kid, but I feel like that was kind of just like, oh, like who do we want to deliver her kid?
I hated that whole thing of Boruto when she thought she's like, oh, Karin's my mom because she wears glasses and I wear glasses. I was like, girl.
And the fact that she has a Sharingan and needs glasses,
Yeah, I don't get it.
I'm telling you the plot points.
Anyways, I didn't like Orochimaru. You know, I mean, he didn't really do it as a villain for me. Now, like at the time, he probably did, but from like what I've seen in other anime and stuff like that, like looking back, I can now say like, yeah, he didn't really do it for me. Like, yeah, he's creepy. He did a lot of pretty messed up stuff
He
throughout
was
the
like
show.
a good villain. Like he lasted through the whole show.
He lasted through the whole show, but the reason why I don't like him is because I hated how they like ended with him. Like at the end of Shippuden, and then in Boruto, like they just let him off the hook. You just let him off the hook. Like you, he just has his own lab doing his own stuff still. I I don't know. I don't like it. And you should have killed him or something, or like kept him in jail. At least with like this is Bleach spoilers. At least with like an enemy like Aizen, you locked him up after all the atrocities that he had did to Soul Society and like tried to end the world, which basically like Orochimaru tried to end the Hidden Leaf Village multiple times.
I think that a good ending for Orochimaru would have had him like locked in. Like a good like plot thing could have been like have him locked in like jail or like whatever, and then like have him slowly start like manipulating one of the guards, and then like have that be like how he continues to like do things, and not have him have like a kid.
And then him leaping like through the village and him just being creepy when they're having the whole little like not filler but like you know the Naruto and Hinata getting ready for their wedding. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so, but I think
Like
I
when
blurred it out because I
when
was
what's
like,
her
I don't.
face is like or whoever is like recording the messages to be played at
Yeah.
the wedding. Yeah. And he's just like in the background like and then like leaping and being merry in the village that he had tried to freaking destroy multiple times. That's why I mean he just doesn't do it for me.
I think there's a lot of least favorite characters that like Sakura. A lot of people don't like Sasuke either, which I also don't really like. Ten. He was so like stubborn on his one goal of like Itachi, but then like when that was like, oop, I can't be mad about this anymore. Let me take all of this anger and put it on the village.
And he's like, you know what? I want to be Hokage.
And then Kiba was
What?
like, okay, I want to be Hokage. Like,
Shut up. Stop talking. Like,
yeah.
what? What?
I think obviously we have all those characters like the ones who people don't like her either. She didn't really have a lot of like screen time. Tsunade, people don't like her. She killed Jiraiya. Um, the third Hokage because he made all this like stuff about the clan. But I think one of the people who like I also don't really like was Mitsuki. We touched on him earlier. He was the evil dude who got Naruto to steal the scroll in the first like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Um,
Doctor or nurse dude.
yeah, he was honestly just like a weird pedo character, and he served the purpose of like getting Naruto to like get into the academy because he made like all the multiple shadow clones, and like that is his like go-to move, obviously, and it's like a meme that he uses it so much. But like he used it and manipulated Naruto to like be able to go and tell the village that the Nine Tails was going rogue. Like the man, how old are they in the academy? Like 12? Not even. I don't
Yeah.
even think.
Something like that.
So he was a useful character and like a good plot to like kick off the show. But his character was just so weird, and he was like weirdly buff, and he just gave me like
And he turned into a big snake. Like
he gave
little
me
snake
pedo vibes.
human.
He was like an intro to like Orochimaru,
He was like an Orochimaru wannabe.
and that's why I don't like him.
I mean, I don't have anyone else, but I mean, there's just lots of characters that I didn't really like care for, but like I didn't like hate them or dislike them. I was just like, they're there serving a purpose that I might not know about. And yeah, I think that just happens when you just have so many characters story.
Yeah, like
So
sometimes you forget about like people
yeah,
or like plot points, like the Star Village. Dana loves talking about the Star Village. Do I know what she's talking about? No. Do I listen though? Yes. Cause she likes who's that Yamato? He was stuck in the Star Village thing when
yeah.
the war was happening. So she's like, nobody's gonna talk about Yamato.
There's a lot of characters where they were introduced and held like a good like advantage in like the storyline, and then like we're just forgotten about
And then
like
they're
plot
brought
holes.
back later, and we're like, oh, who's this person?
Yeah, and things could have been done better in the story making of Naruto, but overall, there's lots of good moments and lots of sad moments
And
and lots of good fight scenes. Segue.
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 Listen, I we have like me and Emily have like similar ones, but like the ones that I brought up, as in the one that's different, is Naruto versus Neji. Listen,
That's rad. That's a rad fight.
this is the key. Everybody's like, ooh, the Nine Tails is fighting, and also, ooh, Neji, that he has to bring honor to the family and to the clan and to his useless cousin, right? Hinata's his cousin.
Yeah.
Um, and then so Neji's kind of just like, all right, let me get this over with. Like, you're so annoying. I'm just gotta get this done. Even if I win, like, it's not gonna serve me any good because I'm not the descendant of like the first family because my like dad was born like 3 seconds later, right? So then we have Naruto going in like, okay, I'm gonna prove that I'm a good person and then like I'm strong to my village because I'm the Nine Tails. They already like hate me.
Everyone was preying on his downfall, and he said, "I'm not gonna let that happen."
He said, you know what? Let me do something real quick. And he did. And then that was Neji's whole like beginning turning point. And he was like let out he's stopping this like suicidal little wannabe. And I was like, you know what? I wanna be like Naruto. So it's just like a also an iconic moment how Emily was saying about Rock Lee in the, like Naruto the first one, like in general. It was iconic. It started the whole like cycle of Naruto like changing bad people to good. It built their relationship more, and then it's kind of ironic because he ends up getting with his cousin. So
Yeah. Um, another thing that's iconic fight wise is in Shippuden, and it's during the war, and it's when Obito is fighting Kakashi. If we want to talk about a fight that makes me feel so emo and depressed and like hate my life because it just makes me so sad thinking about it, it's this fight. because it goes from like just the coloring of the scene, and you're in this like little world. I can't even remember where they were.
The infinite Tsukinome type stuff.
Something like that. And Kakashi, he doesn't want to fight Obito. Like that is his dude. Like he thought he was dead. Turns out he was evil, trying to kill people that he cares about. But like he's got to do what he has got to do for his village, and that is fighting Obito. And Obito's on a mission, right? Like he's like, I gotta get rid of him. And so like they're fighting as adults, and but then it will like cut to like scenes of them when they were like sparring during their childhood during like their mission and whatnot, and it's just so upsetting, especially like since Obito's backstory at that point and like all the stuff with that. It's so good, and then the music behind it.
You literally have like
Oh,
the build up. You get Kakashi's point of view of all this stuff, and then plot twist, Obito's alive. Then you get his perspective of everything, and then during the war, they're meeting each other again for the first time in a long time, and then you have them be like, "Yo, Obito's dying. Like he knows he's gonna die," and he's like, "If you took Rin out, you might as well take me out too." And then when he's dying, and he's like don't rush coming to us.
it's just like they're not even real, but you felt the pain from the screen. It was just coming in like this, and I was like, I know. It hit me in the feels. I cried. I cried watching this scene because it just made me so sad for like Kakashi and like Obito, because Obito's character, pardon, is just like a thing where like I can't even express in words. It's okay. He just makes me emo. I don't know. We'll talk more about it because in another segment, but I gotta stop. I gotta stop.
Also, iconic Naruto versus Pain. Come on, so iconic. You have him working up and like I was gonna say, he's not like rehearsing. He's like training in the little sage world with Jiraiya and the Toads.
And he's like, I gotta go.
And then he's like, what was it? Like he sensed something or like Jiraiya was telling him. I don't remember what it was, but like he's like, okay.
He felt the tingling.
He got the tingle feeling.
He had to go.
And he dipped. Entrance. Fire.
Iconic.
Fire entrance. And then you have him come in with Jiraiya's like back like round music.
He's got the sage mode going, so he's got that cool like orange eyeliner.
You got Sakura's fucking like damsel in distress.
I
and then the bitch pulls up and we're like slay, and then Hinata's
like this, and he's looking right at Pain in the eye. He's like,
"You ready?" And then they go, and then the part that I really liked that like kind of like.
I wonder if we're talking about the same.
When Hinata.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you have like the running gag that Hinata's fucking in love with Naruto, right? Duh. Naruto, oblivious to everything, she comes out to like help him fight, and she like dies. Bitch goes mad. Like literally, I remember
he lost it.
No audio, and then his eyes literally go red.
And it encompasses this like screen. It just goes like red, and then he transforms somewhat into like
the Ninetales.
Ninetales. I was trying to remember his name. Kurama. It was just so good. The whole thing of like Pain. He's going in and stabbing Hinata and throwing her in the air. Well, not Hinata, but like throwing her in the air, and then like Naruto's like pinned down. He literally can't do anything, right? And so that happens, and scene's just quiet, like we said, and then it goes shit crazy.
You know why? It's that trope where it's like, who hurt you?
All right.
That's that trope. Literally love that. And obviously, like, you get a shit ton of backstory through this fight too, because he's turning into the Ninetales. The man is going rogue, and then you have Minato out of nowhere be like, hey, I'm your dad.
I cry every time his dad shows up.
And then he's like, have you met your mom yet? And he's like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, oh, okay.
I have a mom?
And then he'll be like, oh, she'll probably be mad that you got to me first instead of her, but when you get there, like, just tell her I said hi.
And we'll talk about that.
And then he just comes back and he, like, saves everyone. And then what killed me is the scene after he defeats Pain. You know, like, I think he kills Pain.
Yeah.
Because Pain was like literally a fucking like.
You don't see it, but it's implied that he like
Yeah,
because Pain's in that tree.
he's in the tree and he's like on like life support or whatever. He reminds me of like the grandma in SpongeBob, the chocolate grandma. So he just dies after he like resurrects everybody because again, Naruto said, "You just chose the wrong path, my guy." And then he's like, "You're right. In my dying moments, let me bring everybody I killed back." And then honestly, I never even realized Kakashi died until
I always forget that.
yeah, and it was so sad because he was like, "Is Kakashi away on a mission?" And then Tsunade's like,
Just doesn't say anything. The silence is the answer. You know what's also sad about that is that Kakashi meets his dad in the afterlife at the little campfire thing.
"That was sad."
This whole, but also Pain iconic entrance into the like the hidden village. I keep saying hidden village, hidden leaf village, and just
He just comes up out of nowhere, right? He's like
his soundtrack, Pain's theme.
as like choir people. Do you know how it would be to sing that? I would love to. I would love to sing that. In like a cathedral or like a church or something, just have the like vibrate.
Word of the episode is iconic because it is.
Drink every time we say iconic.
You will be God. You will become iconic.
Anyway.
I like Rock Lee, like I said, versus Gaara. That was probably one of the first like fight scenes for me in Naruto where I was just like, this is it. I love a good fight scene. And then just for shiggles, Rock Lee's drunk fight against that bone dude. Rock Lee drunk is funny as hell. And I just love everything about that fight scene. I'll watch it sometimes, like, if it just pops up, like, on Twitter where someone just mentions it again. And I'm just like, let me just watch this real quick. 3 minutes of it. I'm like...
Because it was supposed to be medicine, but he took Tsunade sake instead.
Yeah, it's just funny. I like it.
Yeah. I think those are, like, the big fights. And then, also, when I was doing research, a lot of people brought up, like, the iconic Naruto versus Sasuke fights. But I feel like those were more, like, emotionally favorite fights. Because that's, like, the turmoil, like, red versus blue. Or, like, Sasuke versus Naruto.
Yeah, I mean, like, literally when, you know, the war is done, and, Sakura, I totally blanked on her name for a second. Sakura is, like, healing Kakashi, and then Naruto and Sasuke are just, like, looking at each other, and they're like, alright, come on, let's go out back. And, like, they fight. It was emotional in a sense of, like, where it was also doing, like, an Obito Kakashi thing, where it was,
They're
like...
just, like, closing that, like, era of themselves.
Basically. Yeah, it had to be done. They gotta do it. Let's just fight it out. Just boys being boys. I mean, it was good. Like, you could see that they progressed as, like, jitsu users, so
yeah,
see that.
I remember like I had caught up by then, and I remember they delayed the episodes coming out because they like animated it more, and you could see and you could tell that the animators put a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, and oh, I forgot about this. Also just Madara joining the war and him just beating the shit out of everyone. I love seeing it. I'm not pro Madara, okay, but like just watch.
You bringing Madara up reminds me of the scene where the Hokage, Madara's like, "Oh, I'm here, Hokage." Which one is it? Like the second?
No, it's the first one. He's
The
like,
first one.
I'll deal with you later.
I'll deal with you later. And then he goes
like,
back and like, and he's like, ah,
yeah.
okay, well, no. But
yeah, that was whole because he was like literally like wah, 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 and they're dead.
he was a good Madara was a good like ego like build villain, but like backstory wise, he was just kind of evil to like.
He was very greedy. He wanted a lot.
Yes.
So now we got to talk about things that made us cry, and it's a lot. So
Emily, do you want to go first?
literally everything. I'm gonna list them. Naruto's parents dying. You see that quite a bit. The popsicle scene.
They literally replayed this shit.
A lot. Okay, and I cried every time. I don't care. The popsicle scene. Shikamaru crying over Asuma. The whole like, just let it out. Tears. Everything about Itachi's backstories. Tears. Obito's what if scene. Like, what if he was a Hokage and like.
He gets with Rin in that too, right?
Tears. Naruto meeting his mom. Naruto talking to his dad after the war and the happy birthday thing. Oh, fuck.
Yes, that happy birthday manga panel every October 10th. I literally memorized this character's birthday, October 10th.
And then Naruto becoming Hokage because that was sentimental. And I was like, ugh, I felt like a mom. It's like another anime where I felt like a mom because I just watched him grow up.
I thinking about it now, something that I just like makes me so sad is the opening where it's Naruto and Jiraiya like laying on each other with the popsicle.
Foreshadowing, bro. Like I should have
And then I remember
I
the
should have
like
seen it. It was too sentimental. It was too like serene.
opening for when he would like he died. So he dies, and then every fucking opening, every episode, you're reminded.
Data cried so hard. I didn't. Okay, I didn't cry when Asuma died, and I didn't cry when Jiraiya died because I feel like Jiraiya. That is like, I was like, I couldn't believe it. So I didn't cry. I was just like, what?
You're waiting for him to come back.
I was like, what? But it was like the people that were so connected to them, then the way they processed like the news of their death,
Listen.
that's what got to me. So Naruto like freaking out over Tsunade and getting mad, I was like, I felt that because like I also get mad.
She's like, I also feel emotion.
I also that's like sometimes anger is the first emotion for like a lot of scenarios for me. So I was like, I felt that. I get it. But then when he just sits down, like his whole depressive like episode he has, and you just see him like
You hear like Rock Lee and like Neji and like Shikamaru talking about like how they haven't seen Naruto in days.
and they like visit his house and like he's just not
He just
answering.
won't get up. I think eventually he does, and like he goes to the Hokage's office and Tsunade's there. Like later.
Something like that, and then he stops and like he gets a popsicle, and then he just sits on that swing and he's just looking down, and then you just see the popsicle melting, and it's just him silently crying, and I was like,
no, but you know what hurt more? When Iruka Sensei was the one who got him back out of like his whole. I'm telling you, this is so reflective of like real life. You could be so sad. Please don't cry.
I'm not. I'm just
You can
getting
be
depressed.
so depressed, right? You can have all these people coming at you and being like, "Oh, we're here for you. Like, we're here for you." But if that one person doesn't reach out, you will never get out of it. You have to have that one person to literally beat the shit out of you and like talk sense into you. And that was Iruka Sensei. I think he ended up being the one to like give him the popsicle. I might be remembering that wrong.
But he was there. He was there with Naruto during that time.
And he's like, "Listen, get the fuck up. We're gonna go beat some bitches up, and we're gonna keep going because Jiraiya would have wanted you to."
It's just so fucking sad. But you know who's also a death that I was just like, what? It happened so quickly. Was also Neji's death. I didn't cry because it just happened so quickly, and then like it was just like death, and then like literally that episode and the next episode, it was like Ino's dad and
that was
Shikamaru's
so
dad
sad.
like dead. It was just like death, 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 and I was just like,
I mean, obviously you expect it because like it's a war.
But it just happened so quickly that I didn't have time to process and then like have my own grieving stages of those characters. I was just like, what the
I don't
fuck?
think Hinata and Naruto ever grieved either. Like they're, I guess it's like a whole thing where it's like you're a soldier, like you just gotta get like up and over it. Like Neji comes in. I think what Naruto goes to block Hinata, or no, Hinata goes to block Naruto, and then they're both like, we're still okay. Neji comes out. No. Listen. Neji moving. You see his hair go, and then you see the flash of like the bird in the cage.
I will go. I will keep saying this till I die, till I am in my grave, wherever. Neji's death was not needed for any development for any character whatsoever. He did not deserve to die. They just fucking did that. I don't know why. And if you have a different opinion than me, I don't care because I'm right. I mean,
I think
not needed. Not needed in that way. Like, I could see him dying later down the road when he's older or something, like on a mission, maybe. But, like, in that moment, I was like, he didn't have to die.
you know it also hurt because him and Tenten had a thing going, and she went and like would feed him.
God damn it! Like, Tenten, honestly, one of the most tragic. Okay, wait. One of the most tragic female characters of like what could have been.
She could have been so cool.
In 1010. well, in Naruto, but 10-10. You get what I mean. But also, Asuma's baby mama.
Oh, I know what you're talking about though.
Oh, when she felt Asuma die, and it's just the whole scene of her watering the flowers, and she just fucking felt it in her chest, bro. She felt it in her soul. And then she's fucking pregnant at the time when we figured it out.
Listen,
As you can see, we feel very
we love
much emotion.
And this is a part of the reason why I'm like, this has been an anime podcast and you haven't talked about Naruto at all. Like, Emily needs to get on it. Like, don't harass her, but like, flood her with like, you need to watch it.
Don't harass her, but flood her with.
Listen, we got Neji, we got like Naruto meeting his parents, you got Asuma, we got Jiraiya. One of the first like 2 things that made me cry, Haku.
I actually didn't cry.
It was more of like again, like Naruto, like switching people over to like the good side. And then I remember Haku when he was dying. No. Haku is the ice person, the villain.
Pretty boy.
That was her, not me. Whenever he's dying next to Haku, and then he holds their hand and is like, I know where you're going, and I'm not gonna see you there. He knows he's going to hell because he killed so many people and like was just like a bad influence in general. Pain. Because he was so self-aware. He was like, damn, I fucked up. But like, I wish I could be so pure and like sure that I would go to heaven like my partner. But instead, like, I brought them down when they could have been used elsewhere. Like, their powers could have been used for better. And then the fact that Naruto like is just like standing there watching this man die. Like,
that's like the first time Naruto also experiences like death of like an opponent, and like he couldn't do anything on his end. Like, he wanted to like, he didn't want them to die. Like, he kind of wanted to like save them. Like, he didn't think death was like the way for them, but like it turned like,
things happen.
Things happen. They did. I feel like so. That was like his first like one of his first like moments of being a ninja.
Character development. Another thing that also makes me really sad. I don't really know if it made me cry. No, wait, I'm just lying. It definitely made me cry. I remember sobbing in my room. Jiraiya's backstory. You know how cute that teddy bear is?
Yeah.
He was just treated like shit.
Yeah.
He has the, what is it, one-tailed beast. He's feared by all the kids. He literally tries to self-harm, and he can't. His uncle is like, you know what, like, I'm here for you. Tries to kill him on orders of his dad, the Raikage? He literally has no one.
Poor Gaara.
It was so sad. And then the little symbol being love because he, like, doesn't have it at all. And then, like, Naruto again, like, switching him to the good side. Like, his whole backstory was just really sad. And it was, I think, one of the first backstories that we got of, like, an important character. So, like, just having that as, like, a little tease of, like, what was to come. It hurt.
That hurt. Trying to think. Okay. Anytime with his parents, honestly, Naruto with his parents. Okay. When he met his mom and his mom hugged him, and then he's trying to like
say his goodbyes.
Say his goodbyes to her, and she's just like kind of. I cried so hard, man. I was just like, man, he just wants parents. He just wants to be with like people that love him, that are like, that created him to be loved, and like he can't have that. Like, that's just so sad. But also the whole like post-war thing with his dad, and like the thing is that he's answering the questions that his mom asked him to his dad, and then his dad's just like almost gone, and he just says, "Happy birthday, Naruto." Like, what? I sometimes I go out of my way, like if I feel like I need a good cry, I'll just watch that scene, and every time I'm just fucking crying.
That hit, bro. Oh my gosh. Whew. Listen.
Itachi's backstories too. Oh fuck, man. Like, it hurts so good though. Like, learning about Itachi, and then like the whole scene of him having to kill his parents, and he's just crying while doing it because he knows he has no other choice. And then like him just
having to put on this facade
and like live with all this like this hate towards him and knowing his brother hates him, but like it's just so sad. And then like Itachi being the one, not Itachi being the one to kill Itachi, what the fuck? And then Sasuke being the one to kill Itachi, and he just does that fucking.
He does a thing.
It's so sad. And then finally, when Sasuke learned the truth, because someone finally decided to tell him.
There's a lot of miscommunication and just not communication at all in this village.
I know.
Like, they
so
do not communicate.
Stupid.
Like, Naruto never knew who his dad was. What was the harm in telling him?
There is no harm. Look,
right? He's just like, why is the fourth Hokage here? And then he's like, surprise, I'm your dad. And he's like...
Things I learned from the show. People suck.
Yes. But you know what also is kind of sad? Whenever Naruto started bawling his eyes out when he saw his dad for the first time. Because that's when he put it together that the fourth Hokage was his dad. Instead of hugging him, he punches him. And he's screaming. He's like, why did you do this to me? I was suffering. And then the Hokage sits him down. He's like, son, it's okay. Let me explain. He explains. And then Naruto's just like, I really wish you didn't do this to me, but I understand.
It's so
this show
so
is
depressing.
So good. Speaking of Minato.
He's my favorite Hokage. Listen, y'all, look at this hoodie. Okay, if I can. Okay, look, it's primitive Naruto Shippuden. Got the little Naruto thing. You can see this on my TikTok. What the fuck, y'all? Like, what?
I'm so jealous that she has this.
What?
This is like streetwear, like Naruto.
Zoomies, primitive, retail like 90 something bucks, y'all. But listen, I got this on sale. Thank you, Dana. Konoha's yellow flash. Are you
nickname me? Already? So fire.
Iconic. Listen.
His kunai.
He's my favorite. First off, he's the most good looking out of them. Two, I saw the scene of when Obito is infiltrating the village. I believe it's the same night as the Nine Tails going, wah, but, you know, and when he does the whole, like, dagger scene thing where he, like, flashes, too, and he just, like, pins him down with the Rasengan, I was like, the first time I watched that, I was like, Minato.
That was a good fight scene, too. Honorable mention.
Oh, what the? But, also, what a good partner to his wife. He loved her so much. She was, like, bullied for her, you know, her red hair and being Uzumaki, and he just, like, stood up for her. I love those whole backstory.
I remember rewatching that when I was sad, because I thought it was so cute. Because Naruto, like, you don't really have any, like, cute romance, like, moments, except for that. Like, that, and maybe, like, you could say Tsunade and Jiraiya, like, because she's, like, starting to love him, which is also sad when he dies, because she, like, realized that she loved him, but she was too scared to lose him, because she was, like, traumatized. But, like, Minato and Kushina, like, when she gets, like, abducted and he's like, oh, I followed your hair, like, I knew something was wrong. And he, like, holds her, and then the moon is in the back. I'm like...
Also, speaking about tragic love, in Itachi's, like, books, when he's... Y'all, this is so fucking sad. When he's, like, killing the village, right, he puts, I can't remember the girl that was in love with him, and
I don't remember her name.
He liked her, too. He put her in a genjutsu, like, internal genjutsu thing of where she lived out her life with him, had a whole family, you know, everything, and, like, you know, they grow old together and all that type of stuff, and then, like, he had to kill her, but she lived that genjutsu till her death.
He was
in
so
real life.
Selfless that he got her to live the life that he wished he could.
That's so tragic. It's one of the best characters in existence, in my opinion.
I love him.
And to my favorite Akatsuki is Itachi. Duh! Listen, like, if you couldn't tell throughout this episode, Hidan was fucking crazy, though. Like, he was really rad.
He was
like,
a psychopath.
He was psycho. I also like the shark dude.
Yes, Zabu.
No.
That was the evil guy from earlier. Kabut? No.
Let's just call him Shark Boy. I liked him. He was cool. He was a villain.
He did the financing stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I think Hokage wise, I never filled this out on like our doc, but
facts.
But Minato, he was just such a good guy. Like, he was what the standard should be. He literally, like, Kushina was down to like get like hole punched.
Turned into a donut. I was like, get pregnant? Like, I had no idea where you were going with that. I was like, what the?
Why is that where my brain went to? She got hole punched by.
You know?
Yep.
Sacrifice herself, she said, for my kid, yes.
And then like he also like yellow flashed his way over there.
Oh, so good, bro.
He was good. Itachi. Just favorite overall character. Akatsuki, he was really good too. I don't know if I would rank anybody else like above Itachi.
No.
Because he was just there to spy. That was his role.
Paper Girl was cool.
Conan?
Yeah. I liked her tragic fight with Pain at the end. Or no, Obito dude. And then she just died. We didn't get to really see it, but it was implied.
She turned into paper.
It was implied. She's gone.
She's dead.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who are dead, the tailed beast.
The Jinchuriki.
I honestly, my favorite tailed beast. I love character development, guys. Literally, just character development. Kuruma, yes.
Duh.
I know.
We get the most of him.
We see him the most often. His character development is really funny. I really like that he was an ass in the beginning. Like, Naruto would literally plead to him and be like, save me. He was like, you would literally die if I gave you any power because you're so fucking weak. Here's a little splash. And he would save him because he's like, I don't want to die. You're just being dumb. So, like, here you go. But he was also just, like, so petty because he was mad at Minato for splitting him into a yin and yang when he was, like, sealing him away. I forget why he did that. I think it was because, like, Naruto would have died if he took the whole thing.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so it's, like, funny that Kuruma was so mad at Minato for splitting up his power into two that he was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not doing anything for your son. And then Naruto literally had to beat the shit out of Kuruma to gain his respect, even though he was living inside of his body.
But also, like, Kuruma's, like, hatred for humans... valid. But I guess one like downside of that, like, understanding why he didn't like people or didn't like being like inside of Naruto and everything, you kind of got that like at the tail end of the Naruto series. So I mean, you learned that him and Naruto like become chill, obviously, because Naruto like powers up because he becomes buddies with Kurama. But when you get the whole like first Hokage and then like the relationship with the tailed beast and everything and their backstories, you see why Kurama's like that. So, but he's rad. I love him, like you said. Mine's Matatabi. I don't know.
Matatabi.
Just looks rad. No particular reason, except that it looks cool. And
it was the fire tiger, right? The fire thing?
Yeah.
Fire
and the baby Kurama is cute as hell. Also, the tailed beast song, catchy.
Love the tailed beast song.
Catchy.
I remember like being so sad whenever the Sage of Six Paths was telling the little tailed beast, because he had split the 10 tails into 9. And I remember like Kurama being so sad that he was being separated from all his friends.
I know, it was so
like,
sad.
That's so cute.
Favorite Jinchuriki, obviously, has gotta be Killer Bee. I just love him rapping. My dad, when he would like watch Naruto with us, like he would just end like sentences in like real life. I'm telling y'all, with what does Killer Bee say? Da da ba no.
Da 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 da. Kumeru.
Koneyaro, bakiyaro. Like my dad would be like, you want to go out? Koneyaro, bakiyaro. Like.
He was just such a, like, he didn't take it seriously.
He didn't take it seriously, and what made him cool is that during his fight with Sasuke, he didn't take that shit seriously either. He beat the shit out of him.
It was so humbling for Sasuke, too. Sasuke was like...
Sasuke's like, what?
He wanted... What was his... He wanted to kill him. He wanted, like...
He wanted his, like, Jinchuriki or something like
I don't remember. I don't care for Sasuke. But, like, I remember Killer Bee being like, oh, I think Naruto told me about you. Like, why are you doing this? And he was just like...
Koneyaro, bakiyaro.
And I remember Sasuke was getting mad. He was like, why are you singing? He's like, because I don't need to pay attention to you. You're so weak.
Koneyaro. Like... Yeah, Sasuke's stupid.
Anyway.
Things I've taken away. Oh, wait. Favorite intro. I said this in the last episode. It's the second opening in Naruto by Asian Kung Fu Generation. Don't remember the song. It's iconic. With the bum 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 bum. And then the first ending song, Wind. Don't cry, it's alright. Don't cry. And the whole like, it's just like, it's just kind of like nostalgic sounding too.
It's so nostalgic, and also like you hear it and you're like, that's Naruto.
He's like, don't cry. No, I'm crying because it's so nostalgic.
You know
like,
what I used to do? Whenever I was sad about like Jiraiya, I would play that song. Listen, a girl was going through it, okay? I also agree. Like, I think, I couldn't remember what the opening was that I liked, but I was also like in kanji. So like I can't even tell you what it was. But honestly, I think I really liked all the openings more than I liked the outros. But Wind and Bluebird. How about the Itala?
You know what ending song Dana likes? The one where it's like Ino and Hinata and Sakura was like Kanama.
I hated those. I was like, I didn't like those. If it wasn't fitting the vibe and it was an outro or an intro, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I was like, why?
Naruto, out of the big three, has the best opening songs, like, all together. And especially in Shippuden.
I also agree, because Naruto is the only one of the big three that Wait, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, make some noise. Iconic.
Make some noise. So good.
Listen.
The things I've taken away from this anime. 1, don't let the haters define you. Naruto lived by that. 2, believe it. 3, I don't know what else. 3, humans suck. You learn that throughout the story, and adults did not take care of Naruto, so that, you know. So, also, communicate, like, literally so much in your life. This is for real talk real quick.
This is a cute
in your life session. And in, like, anime in general, none of this shit would happen to you or, like, whatnot if people had communicated with you or if you communicated to people. A lot of, like, relationship stuff and, like, friendship stuff and work stuff, literally everything about your life, the mishaps you had probably became problems because of miscommunication.
Or just not communication. Listen. I'm telling you.
It's so annoying.
When people say if they wanted to, they would. Granted, obviously. But, like, Valentine's Day is coming up. So, obviously, like, you want flowers or you want this. Communicate it. Ask for it. Obviously, like, just be like, oh, it would be nice if, like, I got this and this and this. Or, like, hey, I want to be validated. I need you to validate me every once in a while because blank XYZ. Like, there's nothing... You can say, like, oh, I want to assume that this person knows how to do it, but I feel like it hurts and, like, it hits more when they actually take what you tell them and actually listen and put in the effort.
But don't be mad at the other person if you didn't communicate to them what you wanted or what needed to be done, you know, that type of thing.
It's so easy to, like, get upset and, like, shut down and, like, block everybody out, but you're not going to grow as people if you don't communicate. Like, you can have bad days and be mad and upset at something, but if you're not mad at, like, your significant other, why take it out on them? It's not their fault. They're simply there to be with you, to love you, to cherish you, and you're, like, not letting them in emotionally. Like, that's kind of, like, that's what they're there for. Like, obviously, don't, like, take that to advantage and, like, trauma dump on them all the time, but, like, if you need somebody to go to, like, go to them.
Right. And number 4, forgiveness. You know, sometimes you gotta be the one wearing the pants.
You gotta be the bigger person.
Yeah, because it's not just, like, forgiveness or forgiving someone that has done wrongdoings to you is not just for them. It's also for you. And that's what Naruto did.
Another reason to, like, bring this back into real life. Michelle Obama. Literally. I saw this on TikTok. I know it's so random.
Obama?
Yes, Michelle Obama. She was talking about how Barack and, like, she was making an analogy. She was like, in the 10 years I've been with Barack, there was maybe, like, 2 or 3 where I felt like he was prioritizing, like, himself over her. Like, she, like, said that she didn't really feel as loved as she should have been. And then she was like, I can sit here and ask to, like, divorce him over 3 bad years, or I can sit here and stay with him because I've had 7 good years. Like, if you have one bad day or, like, one bad argument with a friend, with your significant other, whatever. That's one bad day in the however long you've known this person. You can expect people to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. And relationships, I also don't agree with people saying it's 50-50. They're 100%, 100%. And if you can't give 100, you give what you can in the moment. Because it's better to give something than nothing at all.
You know what I saw on TikTok as well? Someone said, like, the 48-hour rule. You have 48 hours to address the problem with the person or people that you're having a problem with. Because then after that, like, nothing's going to be resolved. And then you're just stuck with, like, that, the bad feelings of whatever had happened that it, like, caused y'all to have this, like, misunderstanding or, like, this problem. So, like, the 40 hours to address it, honestly kind of valid. Because then that just helps you move on. Because then you don't want that, like, burden of all this bad stuff happening to you. Now, that's advice Naruto and Sasuke did not take. This spanned over years. But
again, a discussion simply could have solved everything.
Right. I mean, maybe not everything, but they would have known. And then maybe they would have taken different steps. But, you know, it's a story, and bad things have to happen.
I think going into another, like, thing that I took away from Naruto is that just because people are mean or evil doesn't necessarily mean that they are bad people. It just means that they went down the wrong path.
Right. Obito. Obito's a really good example for that.
He literally could have been the Hokage, and Kushina literally says that. Like, she saw Hokage in Obito. I think Tsunade mentioned it too. Like, she would always see, like, him in her, or him in him. I'm probably, like, forgetting, but
something along those lines.
Something along those lines. And also, like, it hurts when anime end, guys.
Yeah.
Especially if, like, you grew up watching something, or, like, you're watching something up to date, like Attack on Titan right now.
That's gonna hurt. Hurt. I
reread it.
I'm gonna cry anyway.
And I'm gonna cry anyway because you're closing this chapter. And, like, again, we as humans cannot, like, differentiate media from real or, like, fake. So when you're just, it's emptiness.
Literally, like, I've been watching Attack on Titan since the beginning. So, like, that's gonna hurt. I had been watching Haiku since the beginning, and when I got the last volume in the mail, like, I literally cried because I was like, you just get hit with the realization, like, this is ending. And, like, AOT, it's been, like, 10 years. This is, like, 10 years that it's been, like, a part of my life, so that's kind of crazy. And with Naruto, it wasn't that, I didn't, like, watch it from the beginning. I wasn't, like, a person that grew up with the Naruto, like, on television. I wasn't that person, y'all. I wish I was. A lot of people are like, oh my god, I, like, would watch this on TV and stuff. I wish I was her.
I would watch it on, like, the Naruto.com websites. And when the aspect ratio was a square, and then you can slowly see it evolve into, like...
4080p, like...
Yeah.
Like, I wish I was her, but I was not.
But you got there.
But, like, I dedicated time to it. Like, I watched it. I grew with these people. I watched them grow up. I felt like a mom. Naruto, spoiler, Naruto becomes Hokage. And I was just like, he did it. He did it.
So you gotta stick to your goals. You stick to your plans. You have all these things in the beginning, like in the middle and the end and the beginning to set you back. But you just gotta find another way. You find another path to take. If this one is, you know, there's mud and it's like water and you don't have a boat, go to the next one. You build a bridge. You climb a tree. You climb a vine. You find your way out.
You find it. Naruto did. He found it.
And so can you.
So can you.
Oh wow, what a great way to end this episode, Emily.
We're so, like, motivational. Like, we give advice. You learn things from anime, honestly. So, like, this is what we learned from Naruto. And what did y'all learn? Do you share any of your thoughts with us?
Do you have similar favorite characters?
Like, who's your favorite? Who do you hate?
What's your favorite filler episode?
I like the Date Banya episode.
Oh, when when Sasuke's a cat and Itachi's a cat with the little cat ears.
I don't think this is in, like, the anime, like, TV stuff, but, like, a filler thing I like is Itachi cooking.
Yes,
and
then
him
he
chasing
can't
the
shake
chicken.
Yes, I remember this.
He was cooking it up. He was, like, cooking up those eggs.
And the
he
little,
just
like,
the
Shiba
apron
in the back.
I love
so
that.
Cute.
That was so cute. And he was making it for Sasuke.
Let's not get emo right now. But all of this And I just realized, aren't they reanimating it?
Naruto?
Yeah, I thought they were reanimating some of the fights for like their anniversary of like release or something.
I think they already did that.
I don't know. Could be wrong. Maybe I gotta rewatch it. I don't know.
No, I think they already did that.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do after this episode.
For Naruto, there is like a I don't know how to describe this. There's like a poll thing going on right now where you can vote for your favorite Naruto character, and this is through like the Naruto website or whatnot. Just look it up on Twitter. It might already be done, but whatever character gets the most amount of like popularity votes, I'm blanking on the manga creator's name. The whole creator of Naruto, he's going to be making a little manga like series thing of the most voted character. So
best Itachi.
So if you want your character to
get more like content.
Yeah. I'm sure we can link the website when we find it. It'll be pretty easy. We'll link it in the description and you can go cast your vote there if it's already open. And yeah. Thank you for coming to our Naruto TED Talk. This is really fun. I'm glad we talked about it because I love Naruto.
You make memories with the anime and you make a lot of connections. Like, I think one of the first questions I ask people, like, when I meet them is like, do you watch anime?
You make so many relationships with people. Like, honestly, we've met, like, everyone through here. It's just really fun. So, anime, thank you. Naruto, thank you.
Sarang, hey! Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on
everything.
We got the Discord server. You should join. We talk a lot of. We keep each other updated. We got the Instagram going. Check out our TikTok.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's funny. It's funny.
All right.
It's funny.
Well, I mean, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Hope this episode gets out when it's supposed to get out, and I don't have any technical difficulty issues.
Bear with us. We're learning.
We're learning as we go, guys. Come on.
Yeah. We're having a good time.
Go touch some grass.
Go outside.
And then start watching Naruto.
Start watching Naruto.
Again.
Or for the first time. So if you made it all the way here without you watching it the first time,
I appreciate it. But go watch it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Start. New year, new you. New anime. Let's go.
New Naruto. Okay.
Yay! Goodbye, everyone!
Bye.